Yogins! Welcome back to Play Along Practice with me, Amanda Shepherd Yoga. It's nice to have you back again. I'm going to take a little bit different approach today. I'm going to do some, per request, I'm going to do some basic things. So I think we'll work on like a basic Ujjayi breath and all three warriors. And whatever else, but nothing too crazy today. I'll go back to a regular 2-3 practice probably tomorrow, and let's get started. Usual suspects for props. My favorite ones are a blanket, a block or 2 blocks, and a strap. Always nice to have nearby. And we're going to get started in a nice comfortable position, laying down on your mat. And you can lay down any way you like. You can take Shavasana, which is just laying flat, called corpse pose. You can take Ardha Shavasana. Ardha is half. Shavasana, that's with your feet on the floor. You can bring the knees together and let your knees come knock knee. That's called constructive rest. Right? Any one of those. Some people like to bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, Supta Baddha Konasana, whatever you like. What I'm interested in doing is allowing your spine to be nice and easy on the earth. No need to overthink it. You're not slamming it down or anything. You're just letting the natural curves be there. Arms out, any way comfortable. And just take a nice deep inhale in, exhale through the mouth. Nice deep inhale in, exhale through the mouth. So your yoga practice, in its most basic form, its most simple form, is just about connecting the breath to your movement. We use the breath as our means to kind of tap into the subtle energies in the body and that deeper sense of self that's connected to everything. And we connect our breath to our movement so that we can kind of embody that idea in a more full way. And as you're breathing here, before you start to change anything in your breathing, just notice where you are, right? So are you breathing more into the belly or more into the chest? One isn't better than the other, they just serve different purposes. Most of the day we spend breathing chest to belly, so in our yoga practice we like to reverse that so that you just stay focused, stay concentrated, right? Keep your focus. So maybe start to inhale from the belly, through the ribs, up into the chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly button, the spine. Just start there, noticing that movement in the body. And as you're breathing here, maybe you can notice that anything distracting from your breath starts to dissipate or just become a little bit less of your focal center. And if it isn't, then allow yourself to spend time. So notice where your intellectual space is. Right? Are you focused on tasks or an essay or whatever? If it's really nagging at you and pulling you out of your breathing, allow yourself to engage that nameless sensation and let it move through. And then notice where your emotional space is. Sometimes we can be thinking about one thing and our emotional space is on something else, maybe a child or an aging parent or a really happy-go-lucky animal. Again, see if you can name those sensations and allow yourself just to draw back into your breathing. And then start to notice your physical space. Are there areas in the body that don't want to accept breath, that want to stay a little bit rigid and tight? Right? Are there spaces that are feeling extra open today? Maybe you're hypermobile and need to really focus on keeping those hypermobile joints engaged. There's something physical needling at you that might be where you need to focus your work today, right? And then start to focus on the quality of your breathing. So notice how much air you're taking in, let go of the same amount of air so you're breathing to the same capacity. Notice how much time each inhale and exhale is. And let it even out. So you're trying to find an equalness of breath. And as you establish that and let your distractions kind of dissipate, maybe you can tap into that deeper part of yourself, cultivating a sense of equanimity. Take 3 more breaths here. With your next inhale, just reach your arms overhead. As you exhale, let your hands come down by your side. So inhaling, arms overhead, just a very easy connecting breath to movement. Exhaling, hands come down by your side. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, knee into your chest, and just see if you can grab that shin with your hands, right knee to chest. And then bring that right knee towards your shoulder. And see if you can scoot your right sits bones towards the top of the mat. And bring the knee to your chest. And then I'm just going to grab my hamstrings. I'm going to keep the knee bent and just have that right foot in the sky. And I'm just going to do some ankle circles here. Maybe you get those nice little cracks or pops. I often do in my ankles, although surprisingly not right now. And then what I want to do is I just want to turn the toes out to the right, just the toes, and then bring them back to center. And do that a couple times. Good. I'm going to reach that right leg long. Draw that left knee into the chest and see if you can grab your shin and bring the knee towards your shoulder. scooch that left sits bones towards the top of the mat so it's not out to the side. And then bring that knee into your chest. And then I'm just going to grab the hamstrings. You can use a strap if you can't reach. And let the knee stay a little bent, foot in the sky. And I'm just going to do some ankle circles here. Warming up that joint. Go the other way. And then I'm going to turn the toes out and bring them center. And turn them out and bring them center. A few times. Let that leg go straight and bring that foot down. And I'm going to take a nice deep inhale here. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring both knees into the chest. A couple low back circles. Something I do every day. I'm going to take that right ankle across, make a number 4 with the left knee and bringing that left knee into the chest. Now, lots of arm variations. You can grab your hamstrings. You can grab your shin if you're a little more bendy. Can reach the right knee away. The one thing that you want to do is keep your spine nice and long on the mat. So if you're a person who's rounding their back here, right, to try to bring the knee in, don't. Reach the knee away. And maybe use your strap to elongate your arms, right? Inner right knee is reaching away from the body. I like to keep that right foot flexed. Breathing in, I'm going to bring the left foot down and open that right knee out to the side in Ardha Anandabalasana. Leg on the floor variation. Notice if you pop off to the right, if you just start to let your weight drag you over there, the weight of the knee, try to keep your low back even on the floor in this position. Good, exhale. Right foot comes down. You're going to make that number 4 with the left ankle over the right knee. And right, this outer hip is your target area. So bring the knee in, right knee into the chest as much as you need to feel here. And let your left inner knee reach away from the body. And that will increase that. Strap if you need it, right? If you like to grab the shin or the hamstrings, you can use your left elbow to reach the left knee away, or sometimes I don't like to, I'll just use my hand and keep the right knee drawn in. The left foot's pretty flexed. Just letting yourself breathe here. Nice even breath. Good, as you exhale back through center, maybe take your hands underneath your knees and flop your calves over. And I'm just gonna row my legs like a boat. Like oars of a boat, right? Both directions. And then I'm gonna reach my feet towards the sky, check out my toes. Nice deep inhale here. As I exhale, belly draws down to the spine. Shoulder blades are gonna lift off the floor. And then I'm gonna use my inhale to come to my sits bones. So with my inhale, I'm gonna bring my chest to the sky. You don't need any momentum, but maybe if it's your first time trying that, you might like it. And we'll do that one more time. So you can bring your feet to the floor, exhale, roll it back out. Laying on the earth, check out your toes. And feet can be wider, they don't have to be touching anything. Nice deep inhale here. As I exhale, I'm going to lift the shoulder blades, so I'm rounding the upper back. And with my next inhale, I'm going to bring my sternum, right, straight into the sun. Draw your low back in and up, and you'll find your Navasana. Now, not everybody likes this pose. If you want, you can bring your feet down and take your hands behind you. Still Navasana, just a different variation. Nice deep inhale here. As I exhale, I'm gonna bring the toes to the floor and make little genie arms with my hands. Sitting up nice and tall, I'm just gonna bring the knees to my forearms. It's a very little movement, and you can do it from further away if you need to. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, nice deep inhale here. As I exhale, I'm just gonna bring my left leg down and spin around so I can find my all fours. Wrists underneath the shoulder, knees underneath the hips. If your wrists get tired, you can come to your knuckles. You can use your blocks if you like. Make your arms longer, but you can keep your wrists safe by having your hands wrapping around. And I'm going to find Virabhadrasana or cat-cow, very familiar pose. For the cow pose, you're going to let the belly drop. Spread the collarbones, allow your low back to bend, and then as you exhale, you're going to flex the spine, pulling the belly button in, tailbone towards your knees, head pointing towards the floor. Inhale, tailbone and crown of head towards the sky. Exhale, tailbone and crown of the head towards the earth. Keep your arms straight. Nice way to warm up the spine. Right, that's extension and flexion. And then we're going to bring our hips out towards the left or the right, whatever you prefer. Sits bones towards your heels. Going to the other side, coming back through center. And just do both ways. You can let your neck go the opposite way if you like. So this is warming up the QLs and the obliques. Back through center, you're going to take it the other way. Sits bones towards your heels. All right. Good. Breathing here, coming back through center. And then I'm going to tuck the right toes and reach that heel towards the back of the mat. And I'm just going to flex into that right heel and then let it relax. So I'm going to really reach that right heel towards the wall behind me and then let it relax. My toes are tucked under. Now from here, I'm going to turn that foot out towards the side, and I might let my left knee come towards the left side of the mat. I want to lift from the inner thigh as I lengthen from the top of the leg and feel the pinky edge of that foot on the floor. Breathing here. Just see what that feels like. And then maybe I'll reach my right arm to the sky. Nice deep inhale here. Reach that arm overhead. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring it back down. I'm going to tuck those left toes. Reach that heel back. Really let the calf stretch. You're going to try and touch the back wall with your left heel. Let it relax. Do that a few times. And then turn those toes out. Now, if you can't get the pinky edge of the foot on the floor, I want you to reach your right knee out towards the right. Good, breathing here. So I'm lifting from the inner thigh, lengthening from the outer thigh. I might just see what it feels like to reach that left arm overhead. Breathing here. As I exhale, I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to find Balasana, child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees nice and wide. This is uncomfortable for your knees. You can take a strap and place it behind the back of your knees. That will make a little bit of a spacer, a little bit more comfortable. You can place a blanket back there, whatever you like. I'm just going to breathe. Let me walk the hands to the right, pull with the left arm, get a nice lateral stretch. Left hand to the top of the mat, right hand stacks on top. Wrap your triceps towards the earth. And then pinkies on the floor, thumbs together, wrap your triceps down. And walk your hands towards the left, pulling with the right arm. Right hand towards the top of the mat, left hand stacks on top, wrap your triceps towards the floor. Let your arms come shoulder distance, pinky edge of the hand on the floor, thumbs facing up. Triceps wrap down. See if you can lengthen all four sides of your waist. And as I exhale, I'm just going to roll myself up, and I might sit on a block or sit cross-legged. Maybe sit on a block if you like, because sitting cross-legged we'll have to do both sides. Okay. Breathing here. Now I'm sitting up nice and tall. Hip points are definitely higher than my knees, and I just want to figure out what feels good for my shoulders. So I'm going to reach my arms forward like I'm holding a shoulder distance beach ball. I'm going to come up a little bit so it's easier to see. All right. I'm going to reach my fingers towards the front of the room, roll the shoulders down, and then draw my arms into the socket. They stay straight. And I'm just going to reach my arms up. Now, as I do that, I want to keep the low ribs in and keep the spine nice and long, right? Just notice where you stop. Some people stop here, some people overhead, some people go way behind. What I don't want to do is find a back bend. I just want those arms to go straight up. All right. And just noticing where your shoulders are. And then I'm going to come back, bring the hands down. And then from here, I'm going to draw the chin in and look down the tip of my nose and bring it out. So I'm going to draw the chin in. Look down the tip of my nose and reach it back out. And as I have the chin in, looking down the tip of my nose, I'm going to let my head go to the back of the room. So I'm not cranking my neck, right? I'm going to come back. Now I'm going to reach those arms up, draw the chin in, maybe look down the tip of the nose, and maybe your eyes see your thumbs, maybe your palms come together, they don't have to. Now I'm going to root into my sits bones to lift on up. And take that out. All right. Now, if it's hard to get the hands together by going this way, right, let's try reaching your arms out to the side and see if that's easier for your shoulders. It really just depends on your shoulder construction, which is going to make more sense for you. All right, so you can reach the arms out and up. Look down the tip of your nose, see if you see your thumbs. Good, exhale, root to rise, coming on out. So for a lot of people, like for my shoulders, it's definitely easier to do it that way. Okay, come back to my mat. Breathing here, finding your all fours. Maybe take a cat-cow. And then from here, I'm going to tuck the toes, lift the hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Whatever feels good. Push into your hands, especially underneath the index and thumb. And then I'm going to let the chest move towards the thighs. Tailbone towards the heels, always wrapping those triceps back. All four sides of the waist nice and long. With my next inhale, I'm going to lift the heels as I set my gaze right between the heels of the hands. And then I'm just going to take small steps to the top of the mat. I had the vacuum robot go around this morning. I don't know what's on here. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. And reach those arms out to the side for circles. Coming all the way up. Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Samasthihi. Breathing here. So with my inhale, I'm going to reach those arms out and up and lift out of all four sides of the waist. Maybe look down the tip of the nose and maybe let my arm bones drop down. Slightest back bend. Exhale, I'm going to root into my feet as I hinge forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. You can bend your knees if you need to. And then inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, long spine. If your hands aren't easily on the floor, you're going to grab your shins and pull up on the skin so you can lengthen all four sides of your waist. Let the spine get long. Exhale, bend your knees, lay your ribs on your thighs. You can get your palms flat, fingers in line with the toes. Right, bring energy towards the ball of the foot. I'm going to step the right foot to the back of the mat. And then the left, you're in a plank pose. I'm going to take a nice deep inhale here. As I exhale, I'm just going to bring the shins down and reach the feet away. Now, my hips are not down. Right, the spine's in one line, shoulders are away from my ears, and as I exhale, I'm going to come halfway, Ardha Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, push back up. If you're working on strength, this is a great place to do it. Move my hair so you can see better. Ardha Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, push back up. Last time. Now tops of the feet are on the floor. I'm going to push my feet back. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You need to, you can bring your knees to the earth for that transition. Breathing here. Just taking a few breaths. Then as I exhale, I'm just going to start to step to the top of the mat, small steps. Coming all the way up. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. And you can reach the arms and maybe do wrist circles so you protect your joint. Going the other way. Exhale, Samasthihi. Hands down, Tadasana. Inhale, reach those arms towards the sky. Let everything be long. Maybe see the thumbs. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, extend the spine, pulling on the shins if you need to. Exhale, plant your palms. My knees are bent here to get the heels of the hands down. Left foot steps, then the right. Nice deep inhale here. If you're working on strength and you need the shins on the floor, go ahead. If you don't, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Up dog, the knees are lifted, belly button's in, so you're protecting your low back. Exhale, downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Good. Starting with the left foot, stepping to the top of the mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold, folding in, Uttanasana. Hinging up, reaching those arms to sky. Allowing the arm bones to drop into the socket, maybe inviting a little back bend. Exhale, Samasthihi, hands to heart center, and then Tadasana. Alright, so we'll pick up the pace a little bit. Inhale, reach those arms, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, diving in, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, planting hands. Right foot first, then the left, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Maybe I like to lift those hip points off the thigh and pull them into the belly so my spine can be as long as possible. I want my spine in Tadasana in this pose. And then starting with the right foot, walking the feet to the top of the mat. Hinging up, reaching arms to sky. Exhale, Samasthiti. Tadasana, and last Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reaching those arms. Exhale, diving in. Ardha Uttanasana. Plant your palms, step the left foot back, then the right. Chaturanga Dandasana with your whole exhale. Inhale, Cobra Up Dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And their next exhale, start to walk those feet to the top of the mat, starting with the left foot. Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, doing some wrist circles. Virabhadrasana, exhale, Samasthiti. All right, now from here, we're going to move to a pose called Utkatasana, fierce pose. Sometimes it's called chair because it kind of looks like that. And firm your outer hips. And just kind of try to get, if you don't know what that means, just try to get it into your headspace. Now, if it's hard to keep the knees together, don't. You can let them come hip distance. It's totally fine. This is totally fine. That's your starting point. Hip points draw in and up. You're going to sink those hips as you bend the knees. Exhale, bring your ribs to your thighs and then bring the hands down. Use blocks if you like. Straighten the arms any amount. Uttanasana. I'm going to step the right foot back, then the left, moving through my vinyasa if I want one. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Maybe you go straight to down dog. And then from here, I'm going to turn those left toes out towards the side and bring that right knee to my chest. Shoulders come over the wrist. I'm going to step that right foot next to my thumb. If it doesn't quite get there, that's okay. You can bring the left knee down, just tap your foot up, and then use your hands on the floor blocks to turn the toes out. But one thing I want to do from here is square my hips. So I'm going to let the left hip point, rather than reaching out to the side, it's going to go down, and the right hip point is going to go back. If it's not maintainable, I want to adjust my feet and make more space laterally, right? Root into your feet to rise. Then I'm going to take the left hand to my belly and the right hand to my low back, and I'm just going to draw the belly in and lengthen the low back. I'm going to sink into my foot a little bit more, and I'm going to try the arms. Maybe I'm going to reach the arms up this way, right? If that doesn't feel comfortable, reach the arms out and up. Virabhadrasana 1. You can let the arms be shoulder distance and the head and neck nice and long. If you want to start to work on the gaze, draw the chin back, look down the tip of the nose, and then maybe see if the thumbs come together and you see the thumbs. Exhale. I'm going to bring the body to a 45-degree angle and let my hands come down. I might need to heel toe my right foot in. Pivot that back heel to the sky and really push into the floor. Feel the shoulders separate, and then you'll have room to step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra Up Dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Right toes turn out. Left knee to chest, step it up. Right, and you can do that on blocks. If you're like, there is no way, there's room for that. Have your blocks here, right? You can do your, turn the right toes out, left knee into the chest, step it up. Yeah? Try it if you feel like you don't have enough room. It just makes your arms longer. super arms. And then I'm going to square my hips, right? So I'm going to cut the left hip wants to go here. I'm going to cut it back, wrap that right hip down, root into my feet to rise. Left hand to your low back, right hand to your belly, or vice versa. And just find some length. You want to lift this hip point off the thigh. And then reach the arms. Right, keep them keep your arms shoulder distance if that feels better for you. Maybe pull the chin in, see the thumbs. Exhale, 45-degree angle. Plant your hands around that foot. You can use your blocks if you want. Pivot the back heel through your vinyasa. Right? Breathe. Good, big toes to touch, lift the heels, bend the knees. You're gonna bring your ribs to your thighs and decide what you wanna do. I'm gonna push down into my hands. Now you can do small steps up to the top or set my gaze right between the heels of the hands, pushing the hands down, maybe a little hop to the top. Inhale, extend, exhale, fold. Sink those hips as you bend the knees. Utkatasana. Push into your feet, root to rise, or Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Samastiti. All right. Do that one more time. Sink those hips as you bend the knees, Utkatasana. I want energy towards the heels for this pose. Exhale, ribs to thighs. Plant your hands, then straighten the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Stepping with the left foot if you're stepping. Maybe you're jumping. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And again, you're going to turn those left toes out. Right foot steps next to your thumb. Setting your pose up. Hip and chest are square to the floor before you root into your feet to rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Right. Breathing here, nice bend in the front knee, as much load as you like. Some people like to go way forward. This is going to be more load. A little straighter is going to be less load. Knee over the ankle, safe for everybody. Sometimes people have a long femur and they go over. It's okay, right? Sometimes you're feeling a little, you don't want to go to your maximum. That's fine. Breathing here. Exhale, 45-degree angle. Plant your palms. Pivot that back heel through your vinyasa. And then right toes turn out. You're going to step that left foot next to your thumb. Reach those arms. Do it again, playing with your load. Work with where you want today. Allow yourself to find something good, maintainable with your breath. Try to scissor the heel and the heels towards each other. Imagine you're trying to make a wrinkle in your mat, and you'll feel that lift in your perineal floor, drawing the energy up into the body, all the way up into the sky. Exhale. Plant your palms through your vinyasa. If you're feeling tired here, you can find Balasana Child's Pose. Or stick with your down dog. Taking 5 breaths wherever you are. Big toes touch, lift the heels, bend the knees, bring the feet forward. If you're walking, you're gonna start with the left foot. If you're jumping, bring it up. Inhale, extend the spine, exhale, fold. Sink those hips. Utkatasana, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Maybe shake your wrists out a little bit. All right, so let's build that a different way. So this time, I'm gonna start with Utkatasana, and again, you can have the feet hip distance if you like. Sink those hips as you bend the knees. Exhale, I'm gonna take my hands to my heart center and bring my ribs to my thighs. And I might bring my hands to the earth, to the floor, or to blocks, if you prefer, right? And then I'm just gonna bring my left heel towards my sit bones. So I'm gonna kick myself in the butt and step the leg back. Set your foundation, right? Feel what's touching the floor. It's the sole of your feet, maybe your hands, maybe fingertips. Reach the arms back. Find that scissoring action through the legs and come on up. Virabhadrasana 1. Feel the pose. Let the ribs draw towards the back of the room. There's as much energy under that back pinky edge as there is under the ball of the front foot, right? Breathing here. Exhale, 45-degree angle. Plant your palms. Maybe reach your hands a little bit forward. Fingertips on the floor or hands on your blocks. Let's see if you can pivot that back heel and step it up. Let that left leg hover in the air. Some of you right hand to the calf, then the left, standing split. Others just have your hands for support. Exhale, left foot steps up. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Sink those hips as you bend the knees, Utkatasana. All the way up, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, and take that to the other side. Utkatasana. Sinking back, I like to pull the belly in. Right, I want to be able to lift my toes here and relay them down. Exhale, folding in Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Have your hands on blocks if you need it. And I'm going to keep the knees bent, right? So I can have the hands on the floor or blocks. You can come on fingertips if you like. And then I'm going to kick my butt with my right heel. And I'm going to step that leg back. Find my foundation. Set your feet up so you can feel like you can keep the hips square. Maybe reach the arms back like airplane arms. Root to rise, coming on up. Breathing here. Exhale, 45-degree angle. Plant your palms or fingertips. Maybe reach the hands forward. Maybe use your blocks if you like. Right, it makes it easier. Pivot that back heel. Right leg floats in the air. And then as you exhale, step that right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Sink the hips as you bend the knees. Utkatasana or Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Maybe shake your wrists out. All right, let's do a little standing balance before we move on. I'm going to allow my gaze to focus on the floor 5 to 6 feet, 4 to 6 feet in front of me. Something that's not going to move, not another person, not your pet, right? Grounding down through that left leg, I'm going to lift the right knee, and maybe I just keep it forward. You can grab the shin if you like. Then you're going to let it go. What we're going to try to do, and if balance is challenging for you, maybe place your left hand on something. We're just going to do some cars, bent knee cars. So you're doing some hip circles. Balance super important to practice. So if it seems hard for you, have your hand on something to let yourself balance and then bring it down. I'm going to take it to the other side. Lift the toes so that they're all lifted off the floor, and then lay them down one toe at a time. Energy into the right leg. You're going to lift the left knee. And again, if you want to have your hand on the counter or a chair, something like that, go ahead. Maybe grab the knee and then let it go. And then knee goes out to the side and around. Just doing some hip circles. Both directions. Good. Bring that leg down. Beautiful. Come back to the top of your mat if you're not there. Inhale, reach those arms to sky, lift out of the back, waist particularly, but all four sides, and maybe open your arms like a cactus, and just let the very tips, the very bottom of the diamonds of your shoulder blades lift you up. And maybe that inner diamond. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands on the floor, on blocks, bend your knees enough to make that happen. Through your vinyasa, right? Steppers, right foot, then the left. Jumpers, hover the heels. Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra Up Dog. Keep that belly in, tailbone long. Relax your glutes. Exhale, Down Dog. And this time, you're gonna bring that right knee to your chest. Lift your left heel. Shoulders come over the wrists. Foot goes right between the hands. Right, not towards the thumb, right in the middle. And then you're going to turn those left toes out, heel to arch alignment approximately. Inhale, reach that left arm forward, turn your chest towards the left. Root down through your feet, try to find that scissoring action so you have your lift in the perineal floor. And then windmill it open. Virabhadrasana 2. Maybe adjust if you need to. Breathing here. Gonna reach the left arm down, right arm to sky, reverse warrior. And then just bring it back. And I want you to pay attention to your hip. And notice if the ribs are forward or that hip is back, that left hip. Draw it forward. I'm sorry, honey, I thought I had unlocked it. Maybe I locked it by accident. Breathing here. Good. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, you're gonna lean the right arm forward and swim that left arm around. Hands come down together if you can. Pivot that back heel. Step it back through your vinyasa. Breathing here. Left knee comes into your chest, shoulders come over the wrist. You're gonna step that foot right between the hands. So let the shoulders come over the wrists. It's going to give you a little room. Push the floor away. And then turn those right toes towards the right. And check it. Use your eyes. Check the alignment. And with your inhale, you're going to turn the whole body to the right side of the mat. Reach that right arm in line with your right eyelash. And root your eyes. Bending here, if you feel like your stance isn't long enough, adjust it. And decide where your load is, right? Ankle over the knee safe. Maybe you want less today. Maybe you want a little more. It's all good. Feel where your hips are. You want the hips to be square towards the side of the mat and actually towards the earth, right? Drop your right arm, left arm to sky. Absorb those left ribs in. Reverse warrior. Exhale. Just reach the arms like a T. Straight out to the sides. Virabhadrasana 2. And then you're going to keep reaching with that left arm. Swim that right arm around. Plant the hands. Push the earth away. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra Up Dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. So let's try that again. Right knee to your chest. Shoulders come over the wrists. And again, you can use blocks if you feel like the floor is too close, right? Shoulders come over the wrists. And see how much room I have. Stepping that foot between the hands. Breathing here. Left arm reaches out to the side, turn the body. And come on up. Virabhadrasana 2. Now the arms, we have a tendency to shrug here. Draw them down, drop them down away from your ears. Reach the fingers as far away from the body as you can. And keeping the arms straight, allow the arm bones to draw into the socket. So you want to feel your lift underneath, right outside the ribs, under the shoulder blade. Breathing here. Look over the middle finger. Good. Nice deep inhale here. Left arm drops, right palm turns up. And like you're lifting the air, absorb the ribs in. The part of Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior. Exhale, swim it down. Hands come together through your vinyasa. Left knee to chest. You're going to step that foot right between the hands. Heel to arch. The hip wants to move out to the side. Scooch it under the body. Swim yourself. Into the pose. And do the work with your shoulders. Draw them down. Arm bones into the socket. Good. Breathing here. Reverse your warrior. Exhale. Push the earth away through your vinyasa. Maybe you want Balasana, child's pose. Breathing here. Elbows to the floor, shake your wrists out. And let's come to our fours. We're going to take our cars with our hips from the earth, right? So you're going to reach that right hip out to the side like your dog going to the bathroom. A couple hip circles, 1 or 2 each direction. And then let that right leg reach back. Feel the pinky edge of the foot down. And we'll lift it. Turn the toes towards the floor. Turn the toes out to the side and place it back. Wrists under the shoulders, adjust if you need to. Lift the leg, turn the toes down. So you're changing the hip rotation. Turn the toes back out and bring it down. We'll do it one more time. Lift, toes turn down. I'm going to turn the toes out, lift the leg, and try to touch the back wall with my sole of the foot until the foot comes down. And then let that go. And take it to the other side. If your wrists are tired, come onto your knuckles. Okay. Few hip circles, 1 or 2 each direction on that left side. And reach the foot back, turning the toes out. Lift that leg, turn the toes down, turn the toes back out, and bring the foot down. Once again, lift it up, toes point to the floor, turn the toes out, bring the foot back down. And last time, I'm going to lift it up, turn the toes down, turn the toes out, lift the leg a little higher, and see if I can bring this foot to the back wall until it eventually will come down. Let that go. I'm going to tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And I'm just going to walk the feet, starting with the left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, extend the spine, exhale, fold. Sink those hips as you bend the knees, Utkatasana. Come all the way up, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Good. Breathing here. Shake your hands out. Okay. Do a couple things. We're going to take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, Utkatasana. Sink the hips as you bend the knees, hands to your heart center. Bring the ribs to the thighs. You're gonna bring energy into your right foot, and you can place your hands on blocks if you want. I'm gonna kick my butt with my left leg, and this time I'm just going to try and push the back wall away with my left foot, and then I'm gonna straighten my right leg. Virabhadrasana 3. Good, push into your right leg, come all the way up to stand. All right. Now you can do that whole thing with your hands on the blocks. Makes it easier. Sink those hips as you bend the knees, hands to heart center, ribs to thighs. See the connection? I'm bending pretty low in the knees. Place your hands here, kick your butt with your right foot. Push the back wall away with your right sole of the foot, and then straighten that left leg, right? And then maybe try to bring the hands to your heart center. Now you're looking to get the torso like Tadasana. The back foot doesn't go that high. You can keep the toes on the floor, right? That's fine. Root into your left foot to rise, coming all the way up. And you're using your hips, it's a lot of strength. Okay, shake your wrists up. Now we're going to take that Virabhadrasana 3 and bring it and step it into Virabhadrasana 1. All the elements. Sinking those hips as you bend the knees, Utkatasana. Hands to heart center, ribs to thighs. Hands on blocks if you want it. If you don't want the blocks, reach them, put them outside. Energy into your right foot. You're going to kick your butt with your left heel. Push the wall away with your left foot, and then straighten your right leg any amount. Now I'm going to turn those toes out. I'm going to lift the left leg higher, bend into my right knee. Set my foot on the floor, find my foundation. Virabhadrasana 1. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Body's 45 degrees. I'm going to pivot that back heel. Virabhadrasana 3. Come on up to the top of the mat. All right, breathing here. Let's see where I am. Sink those hips as you bend the knees. Bring the ribs to the thighs. Energy to the left foot, and kick your butt with your right. Push the wall away with that right foot. So the leg just goes straight back. If it doesn't lift that high, that's okay, don't worry about it. Then straighten this leg, standing leg any amount. Virabhadrasana 3. Lifting the hip point off the thigh, keeping the belly in. Now turn your right toes out a little bit. I'm gonna lift that leg higher. Bend into that left knee like I'm going over a high bar with that right inner thigh. Step it back, nice and slow. Find your foundation. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands to heart center, 45 degrees. I'm going to let this heel pivot up. Push into my left foot. Virabhadrasana 3. Coming up to the top of the mat. Use blocks if you want them. All right. Good, breathing here. Now if you want, we're going to put all 3 warriors together. So I'm going to sink the hips as I bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, ribs to thighs. Energy into the right foot, kicking my butt with my left heel. Reaching the left heel back, straightening right leg. Virabhadrasana 3. I'm going to turn the toes out a little bit. Lift that left leg a little higher. Try to push the wall away. Setting my feet up for Virabhadrasana 1. Then as I exhale, I'm gonna take my hands to my heart center, make it a little easier, and I'm just gonna step that left foot back towards the right, turning the torso towards the left side of the mat. Arms out, Virabhadrasana 2. Maybe reverse your warrior. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, hands come down together. Pivot that back heel. And let's reach that right leg towards the sky. Open the hip. Couple hip circles so you can do your cars in the air. Look over under your left arm, see your toes. Nice deep inhale here. Small steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, wrist circles. Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Okay. Utkatasana. Exhale, ribs to thighs. Energy into the left foot. You're going to kick your butt with your right heel. Reach the right foot back and straighten the left leg any amount. Turning the right toes out at an angle. Lift that leg a little higher, up and over. Nice and gracefully adjust your feet. Virabhadrasana 1. Good, exhale. Maybe reach the left arm forward, right arm back, and allow that foot heel to arch alignment, Virabhadrasana 2. Bit part of Virabhadrasana. Exhale, windmill it around. Plant those palms. Just reach that left leg to sky, open the hip, couple hip circles. Allow yourself to breathe into your pose. And as you exhale, walking those feet up to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Sink those hips as you bend the knees, and this time reach the arms forward towards the earth. Maybe let the knees separate and bring the sits bones down. Beautiful breathing here. Nice deep inhale here as you exhale. Knees into the chest. Rocking side to side. Maybe let those knees fall off towards the right shoulder, keeping the left side waist long. Back through center, letting those knees drop off to the left, reaching out with the right arm. Good, back through center. If there's anything else you want to do before the end of this practice, you're welcome to do it. Otherwise, set yourself up for your final relaxation. breath cycle. Begin to bring some awareness back to the breath. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale through the mouth. And start to move the fingers and toes, and then do some wrist and ankle circles. Your knees to your chest. Maybe pick a side of the body to roll onto. And when you're ready in your own time, make your way up to a nice comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, maybe sitting on your blankets. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Give yourself a moment of gratitude. Thank yourself for coming onto the mat today. Maybe using this moment when you might feel a little bit more centered and relaxed to allow yourself to set an intention for the rest of your day. Hands to heart center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, and perfect peace. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for playing. It's about as basic as I'm gonna get, so thanks.